let's go ahead and discuss this new article that EA posted on their website that left me seriously questioning the future of this game. My name is Slomoo, and you're now tuned into an episode of Breaking News from Battlefield 2042. Except it's actually never breaking news, and we already know exactly what the fuck to expect from this game. But nonetheless, let's jump right into it, I guess. So as we all know, the community hasn't been very happy with this game since launch, and I'm gonna tell you guys why in a quick second if you're not aware of the situation. Basically, this game has been released completely undone. All the maps are basically big open spaces where you can't really get away from vehicles and aircrafts whatsoever. The game feels absolutely broken and unplayable for a lot of people with lower end PCs, so the optimization is pretty bad. There's no scoreboard, which is an absolute must in every video game out there, period. The mouse optimization is also messed up and has a mind of its own, so you never know if you're actually gonna hit your shot or not. And on top of that, there has been countless other bugs and glitches that this game has had since launch that people haven't been happy about, and the numbers prove that 100%. According to the well-known journalist Tom Henderson, Battlefield 2042 has sold 4.2 million copies in the first week after release. This result is better than titles like Battlefield 1, Bad Company 2, or Battlefield 4. So as you guys can clearly tell, the community had some pretty high hopes for this game because they sold so many copies, and to be honest with you guys, we all had hopes for this game, and then we got what we got. Now, if you pay attention to Battlefield 2042, and if you don't, I don't blame you, you've probably noticed that the numbers have been tanking drastically day by day. From 4.2 million copies sold, which is public information, to about 5,000 people online is absolutely absurd, and the community is making it well known that this game is not finished and needs a lot of work. So DICE, who are Battlefield 2042 developers, go ahead and decide to smack us in the face with this one. Apparently, they said that they've heard us, and they're heavily interested and committed to the future of Battlefield 2042. And that they're working on taking action on multiple fronts to address feedback and implement extensive fixes to the game, key features that are implemented to you, and getting team play where it needs to be. They also said that they had to make some, in quotes, big decisions to ensure that their next step for updates can be focused on delivering these improvements, with the most substantial, one being to move the release of our first season to early summer. This decision gives them the time to focus on improving the Battlefield 2042 experience, apparently, while finalizing the development of their seasonal content to ensure that it's all reached our standard for quality. Yeah, there is a bit of logic to this when it comes down to, working on one thing and then working on another thing, but it's a whole other scenario when you've been telling us the whole entire time that Season 1 is launching sometime in February or March of 2022, and that we're gonna get 2 new maps, new weapons, new specialists, and all that good stuff. But now, all of a sudden, 3 months after announcing that, they decided that they want to start working on the performance and the bugs of this game before actually giving us content to play. So to me, honestly, this kind of feels like a backhanded compliment in a way, or this has to be some kind of way of them buying time, because you don't just tell us that you have a whole bunch of content lined up for the next month or two, and then out of nowhere you say that the content is canceled for a couple of more months, and then now they're deciding to fix the shit that makes the game unplayable. Supposedly, in their next update, they'll be adding a refreshed in-round scoreboard alongside further changes that they're working on since the holidays. This will be an ongoing evolution from what was shown in the work in progress we shared recently, which was an absolute fail, by the way, and the community completely shit in their whole existence for the scoreboard that they showed us. They have heard our feedback about including 2 tables and separating your own team versus the enemy team, and are working on incorporating that for the release of the scoreboard. Kill-death ratio scoring and end-of-the-round report will also be coming in the future update. They also announced the arrival of voice communication, or VoIP, in Battlefield 2042, which is actually something I'm really excited for, and that's been needed since launch as well. And they said that this is just the start of improvements that they're bringing to enhance team play and communications in this game. Which also sounds kind of fishy to me, because what exactly are you gonna do besides voice communication? That's all we need. Please stop overselling yourself. On top of that, they said that they're giving us the player profile, which will be giving us a better overview of our stats in Battlefield 2042. So those 3 things that we've been begging them to fix since November of 2020, by no means is that making the game more playable. Do you understand? Yes, it's gonna add some basic elements to the game that we're going to be excited for about one day, and then we're going to get completely used to it and forget that that was even a thing. I understand and respect that you guys need to take your time with Season 1 because you don't want to release another fail of a product, but at the same time, you guys had all this time. Your guys' holiday break was not 3 months long. So what the hell were you guys doing the whole entire time since launch of the game? Because the problems have been there since the beginning. We have zero new content to play with. We have nothing new to experience in this game. So you're basically saying, here, take this meanwhile and deal with it while we figure our own shit out and maybe potentially give you guys something decent. By the time it's summer, I'm just gonna say this right now, okay? So by the time it's summer, which is 3 months from now, which will be 7 months from the official launch of the game, there will be a total of maybe like 1,000 players online still playing this game, possibly. With that being said, if the community doesn't see any kind of content until summer, this game's numbers will go below 1,000 players online, and you guys are gonna have the toughest time trying to get people to return to the game once the new content launches. I'm just saying, I know a lot of people have filed for refunds, so they have lost a lot of money, and I'm sure they're a little bit behind on production and stuff like that, and it's completely their fault. But at the same time, the EA Corporation is big enough to hire a few extra people to work on this game and possibly pump out some content sooner than the summer. That way the community can see some kind of movement in this game, and we can potentially stay here and wait for you guys to release something new for us to enjoy. But for now, Season 1 will only arrive in early summer, and that'll be the starting point where they'll start releasing a new season once every 3 months, so 4 times a year. Just to give you guys a little bit of hope before I go ahead and sign out of this video, they said that they're also working on map design, and that's going to be one of their main things to focus on. They've launched some kind of a feedback system where they'll be directly in communication with the community, and they'll be able to see what exactly we have to say. Unlike they haven't been able to do that from the beginning on Reddit. But I guess that's none of my business. Long story short, there's potentially some future to this game, but as of right now, it does not seem too bright in my personal opinion. Also, there's talks about Battlefield 2042 going free to play sometime in the near future as well, so that could potentially be something that will bring people back into the game for a little while. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I'm really dying to hear what you guys have to say about this, so please leave a comment below with your thoughts, or if you're feeling up to it, you can always join the Marination Nation and subscribe to the channel. This has been Slomoo, and I will see you guys on the battlefield.